Alright guys, new day. This is day 2 of kind of the reassembly. And I think what I'm going to concentrate on today is trying to put back together what I know so that I can eventually see what's left, you know, as far as hooking some of this mystery stuff up. And there is a fair amount of mystery stuff. So once I get the front cover, then I can put basically all the steering back together that I had to loosen to get the cover off. I can put all that back on so that I can drop this tractor back on its own weight. I got it on that piece of log down there. So I can concentrate on that. I thought just doing the timing marks on this was enough, because there's 2 marks here that line up, 2 marks there that line up, and then down at the bottom 2 marks that line up. But that's just half of it. I did not realize at the time, but back here there's an access port, and there's a mark on there. I think it's also stamped with the word spill, and that has to line up. So I've got to pop this cover off and see if indeed that lines up. If not, I have to line it up. And then let me grab a light in here, and it's not going to show up probably. Oh, you can see it. There's that mark off to the right, and then above that there's a mark that's stamped with the number 10. But my manual states that there's a mark, and then the one up above is stamped with the letter S, which is the top dead center mark. So I might rotate this to see if there's such a mark, or what I'm reading as a 10 is indeed an S. I have no clue. But I'm not out of the woods yet for timing, and that's just initial timing. Once you get all those marks correct, then you know that you're timed as far as the tractor. But for final timing, for certain degrees before top dead center, what you have to do is loosen these 3 bolts, and this will move independently from the basin here. And that's how you actually get your final degrees off a top dead center, just like you would a normal motor, basically. What I'm trying to do now is just set it to top dead center, everything. So, and there is an access cover on here to where, I'll show you right here. So I can go ahead and get this on. Back up here. I can go ahead and get this on so that I can get the steering and everything put back together. And then I just won't put the access cover on that yet. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully get the tractor sitting on its own weight and just start painstakingly putting together stuff that I know, so that I can start figuring out all those lines. Alrighty. Alright, opening up that cover on that hole, you can see a line off to the right side. There is supposed to be a mark on that flywheel in there with a line in the word spill. That's supposed to line up when you're at top dead center. So perhaps I'm at top dead center on the exhaust stroke. So I'm going to rotate this motor over and see if I can't get these lines, because I'm apparently not where I need to be. I'm not getting my indicator there. I'm not getting the right indicator possibly in there. I might be. But those lines are correct. So we're just going to do some rotations and go from there. Alright guys, so there is that spill mark and it lines up with the line. Now this is for the timing of the fuel or the injection pump, not the timing marks for the engine. And I'll show you that in a sec. So there's the spill mark. When I look in here, it's not going to show up on film probably, but it doesn't show up at all. But the mark shows up with the indicator on the sidewall. So that's how it should look. And then when I rotate the motor a little bit, and I think I gotta go the other way. So there's the spill mark. Now, which way did that go? So there's the spill mark. That's for the pump. Okay, there it is. And I want to get that exact. So, right above the spill mark is stamped for top dead center. So now I've got that set to top dead center. And now the S, which to me looks like a number 10, but I guess it's an S, that is now on the indicator for top dead center. And then our marks were lined up here. We're lined up here. And we are lined up here with that pin directly up. So that is all top dead center. When I rotate that slightly to say spill, then I am on the correct timing mark for my pump. So I am, or should be, correct on top dead center and timing for the pump. And when I put this rod in there, we are on top dead center. So that, I believe, is correct timing. Correct timing for the pump and correct timing for top dead center for the tractor. So all these exhaust ports have these old copper gaskets. These new ones seem to fit the whole damn thing, so I might as well take the time to get all three of those off, clean up these surfaces, and then on the side of the block and get these on. So I got this front cover on. New seals down in there, the front main seal. And I haven't torqued all those down yet. I just kind of snugged them up. I put the gasket on both sides, the liquid gasket on both sides of the gasket, that is. And I like to kind of let it firm up a bit before I torque it down. I don't think that front main seal is going to, I don't know if that shows up, but there's a groove in there. You can see right where that seal sat. So most likely it's not going to be leak proof, but it is just a tractor. So just gonna clean it up, grease it, and get it on there. All right, just coming along. I got this front mount for the thermostat on. I do have a new hose for that I'll put on. I failed to order a new thermostat, so I don't know if I'm gonna put the old one in there or hold off and order one. Got this on. Just a lot of bells and whistles like this. I know this goes here somewhere, but I'm just starting with the kind of the big ticket items. Got to figure out how that went on. So slowly getting there. So guys, as luck would have it, I was putting that bolt on, and I knew that there was already a small crack, but I mean, you gotta tighten that to some degree because of that gasket there. And bam! So what I might actually end up doing is finding a short bolt, not running it clear through the unit like that, but just put a short bolt kind of back in there on the base. I don't know why they got the long bolts. I mean, obviously probably to make it, oh, actually I can kind of see why. There's not really a room for a bolt head back there. Scratch that. I'm gonna have to come up with something else if I should get a leak here. So guys, I found that missing part. When I removed the head, this fell off down onto the ground, but this is what goes through that hole. These top threads and this nipple here seat on the top, and then this bottom pipe seats into there. So that's the missing link that I was trying to find. I don't know why it's blurry. So there it is. So that oil supply line, guys, it comes out of the side of the block, goes up in there to oil these lifters. That should not be underestimated for the amount of time that that took to hook up. Holy crap. Oh well, moving on. Guys, I'm gonna call it for this video. Got a lot done. More than I thought I'd get today. I had a couple trips for some bolts. I got, I don't know if it'll show. Yep, I got the oil cover on there, and then the drain fill plug. Got both of those on there all snug. I got to figure out some of this wiring, and I'm probably going to replace some of it. Some of it's pretty bad. Got to figure out how this thing hooked up. Then I got a couple brackets up here. I'm pretty sure that they mount on those two bolts, but just got to play with them and figure out kind of how. Put the hose on between here and here. Fill the bottom canister with oil. Just some odds and ends. There's my fuel rail. Yeah, look at this radiator. Surprising though, guys, it doesn't leak, or at least it did not leak. Level never went down. If I get this thing running real well, at some point I might justify another radiator, and at that time I'll put in a new thermostat. But this thing just was not running right, and so I'm really leery to put a bunch of money into it. Got to figure out just a few of these lines. No clue how that guy goes in there. Most likely, I'm thinking, damn, I'm thinking that goes there from the back port to the front, to the back port. This one's self-explanatory. It's going to go there. These three just go to the injectors. This one that's gotten all bent out of cattywampus, I assume goes here. But then the question is, I've got this one that I've got to identify where it goes. And I thought that there was one that went kind of across the back in here to something, but I don't remember. That could be this mystery one, but I'm going to look into that on a new day when it's fresh in my mind. And then there was one other one. Oh, shoot. Nope, that's the fuel rail. There was another one. Oh, right here. But that's just a drip that goes down to the bottom. So this one I know where it goes. So basically I've just got this one mystery line. So that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Coming together, the new hose kit that I got worked out real well. They fit real well. And very last, I'll put on these covers for the timing. I just kind of want to do everything else and bleed the fuel system and give it a try. Yeah, got a bolt. That ain't lining up. I don't know. I have to figure that out. So that's it for today. And then of course, before I fill the system up, if I'm feeling like doing more, I'll install this block heater. We have snow here about 6 months out of the year. And so, though I've never really had a problem starting this thing, even in the winter, it would be nice just to have the block heater. So that's it for this episode, guys.